Hello, hello. Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I am starting off with this dragon's blood soaked resin, soaked in, I believe it actually is California white sage. Now, I've been having a heck of a time trying to get this lit. My elders taught me not to blow on my smudge stick. So, this one, I think because of the resin, is really good. Let's just start off our little area. I have paints here. I have clay, my paint brushes, my paint, myself. For you, a little bit of smudge to start your afternoon or your evening or day, wherever you are. For my hands, for creativity. And one more for you. So today we're going to start off with, let's move this out of the way. I had to go ahead and do one part without you. Our last time we got together, we did the clay, our clay works here, our polypores, our clays, our mushrooms, and then I have a little lantern that's going to hang off the top. I'm probably going to have to glue that on. And then this is the back side. So, how am I going to do? I think I'm going to do this way. So we're going to have this. This is a little house on a tree here. So I'm going to be painting the brown works, the tree, and then we're going to get into aqua door. We're going to have some greens here. I would like to see some oranges here. Oh, on the polypores. And if you guys are around, say hi, say how you do, and let me know where you're from. So let's get started. Oh, and then I have to paint some rocks here too. I forgot about those. We got rocks to paint and more fiddleheads. I'm planning on putting more fiddleheads down. So I got to remember to paint those. I'll put them out here. And these are all little mushrooms that I've done so far. Those mushrooms I'm going to paint off camera because I'll put these fiddleheads up here because it's going to take quite a while to get those little guys painted and no one needs to see that. Okay, so let's see here. That seems a little stiff. I must have used glue on that. Okay, I'm going to move this one over here just a little bit first. I'm just going to do a quick coat on this one. We're going to bring up some dry brushing. But first, let me just lay down a quick coat. See how much we need here. So we're going to do a black quick wash first. We're going to test it out on this one before I do it on my main page. We'll figure out our technique. So what I did to prep this, I used Mod Podge, watered down Mod Podge, or you can use a white glue, and I used a white tissue paper so it's clear, but it can be colored because we're painting over it. And then I did a few layers, bent them in here. I want to see some bark. So we're going to hit this here. This is going to go really, really, really quick, and then we'll get into the dry brushing. So I didn't do the Mod Podge on camera. It's actually pretty quick to do. So the video would have been over, the live video would have been over pretty quick. But it can take up to 3 days to dry, depending on your layers. I had some really thick layers here that was almost a week. And it's been 2 weeks since we've last seen each other. Okay, so with that part done, let's just let that dry a little bit. We're going to have to get into the little tedious points here. Let's remove that guy. While that's drying, we'll get into this one. And then while this is drying, we'll pop back over. So this should give us some nice Nice texture to work with for the bark. I was going to lay down some polymer clay, but then it was just going to be, it would have made the book quite heavy and also rather expensive. And I'm a little bit frugal. So I thought I'd use tissue paper and just be patient and let it dry. But it seems like it's a little soft in some areas. I did a lot of texturing with the tissue paper as I was making them, but I did put another layer of tissue paper over top of it, and I think it smoothed it down a little bit. I kind of wish I didn't glue down these polypore mushrooms yet, but I had to have it. I kind of had to do it for this episode. But I really wish I would have painted them separately and then glued them down. So we'll see what it's like to paint around it. Oy. Ah. So I plan to be here for at least an hour and a half today. We'll see how long the paint goes. Possibly, we usually do a couple hour show. Let's change our brush here to get in there. No. Now I don't mind that I'm getting some on the polypores because I'm going to be painting those ones last. So that's totally cool. This is already drying, so I'll be able to hop over to there and keep going as we're talking. So that's fabulous. So first layer, we'll do a dark black to kind of seal it all in. And then we're going to bring in some different layers of browns. And I'll probably finish off with some lion brown, some kind of creams. So the first part of this seems a little bit boring. If I can get into the windows, I think I'd like to pour in some, maybe some UV resin, a liquid resin, and make it look like little glass windows. We'll see after I paint it all what it looks like, because I can see the white behind it. And I wish maybe I could paint it yellow, like a little reflection of candlelight or something like that. See, now I'm coming up to the big polypores, and I truly wish that I didn't glue them on yet. But I got a little ahead of myself. I was a little excited, but I'll have less room to paint. You know what? I don't have to be perfect around them. I just remembered, because I'm going to be adding moss. Loads and loads of moss on here. So it's okay if I'm not perfect around the edges. Using the camera to help paint here, so I can't quite see from my angle. Alrighty, so yeah, I don't need to be absolutely perfect. Just get down the background paint. That'll save some time around the edging, this is going pretty fast anyway. We're not going to do any mossing today. That'll be our next episode. Oh, and these are my rocks. And I have this here because this here has to remind me this is going to be a pond right here. So I don't want to paint black all around that. Because I am going to put some mossing around the edging, because it's going to be like a little pond that's collected water in the nooks and crannies of the tree. So I'll have, yeah, you know what? That's okay. I'll just make do. I'll color the bottom of the pond blue. I'll get out some colors. I think I still need to paint it, so I will. All right. Almost done here, and then we can start getting into the dry brushing. And I think that is about it. That went by pretty quick. Alrighty. So let us move this over. I gotta paint my rocks. Don't let me forget. Can't lose my rocks. Let's squish this over here. This is almost ready to be dry brushed. Let's see. I need another trashy brush. Give me 1 sec, my friends. What I like to use is like an older brush that you can tell that it's just been toasted. I've been using it for just that. Oh, I see some lighter points in here. I don't want to see any white peeking through. Well, I need this to dry just a little bit longer. So while I'm waiting, maybe I can hit my rocks. Nope. I'm going to give it a go and let's see what it looks like. Oh, I like it. I also have a couple shades of brown here to go with. I really should wait till this is all the way dry. But I'm not. I think I'll get some other designs in here somehow. Ooh, what's going on with my camera? See, I don't want this dark. I think we're gonna go with a little bit extra. We're gonna mix in the browns with this. So I'm gonna head back to my other paintbrush. The one that had the black, but that's okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's mix it in with the black as well. We'll bring in the different shades, and then I'll bring in some of my cream color over top. And we'll probably do the pond today. I think I have some hot glue ready. We're going to do hot glue on wax or parchment paper. It doesn't stick. So we'll play around with some different shapes for the pond. And I like a little bit of a swirly. I also have to put in the rocks. So I'll paint the rocks separate before I do that so I don't muck it up. Thank you so much, Lisa. This is a door to my new Nature Grimoire book I'm going to be starting on here this month. I was hoping to start it here last month, but I have a couple more pages left in the other one. Okay, so leaving this be for a little bit to dry now. Heading back to our door. Oh, I need that. Oh, I'll have to cut out another one. So doing the same, using the black as a backdrop and just bringing in just little streaks and then blending it in whatever dry or wet paint from the black is behind. Oh, I got a chunky there. Oh, craft paint. So this door is still drying, so I may take a few layers of this brown. But we're going to muck it up. We're going to get in there. So who else is here? I see about 5 people in the house here. Who else is here and where are you from? Where's everybody tuning in today from? I love knowing where everybody's from. We had one lassie tuned in from New Zealand a couple weeks ago. That was pretty cool. She got up at 6 a.m. to watch and join the show before going to work. That was cool. I got to stand up for this. My shoulder's a little sore today. All right. I think I might need some more brown, but we'll see how she goes. I may have to start on painting the door for a bit while I let the background dry. And that's totally cool too. We'll lay on some more browns here. Oh, this is I'm mixing a lot of black with the brown. Let me rinse this out. Grab some more brown. Yeah, we'll probably have to let the tree bark dry. England, Mo, hey, how you doing? Yay, welcome, welcome. It's evening there right now. Ooh, that's pretty light. No, we're going to put moss there. We'll be okay. All right, I think what I'm going to do, while this part's drying, I'm going to head into the door. I'm going to paint some grays. We got the stonework. Got the mushrooms. While I got my brown out, I should paint parts of the door. Now I'll probably do some more layers of this brown when it dries a little bit more. Right now it's just creating more and more black. So today's just going to be a painting day. Now you guys can ask questions. We can do a little get to know. We can see what you guys are up to. It's spring. Who's got some flowers coming out there? I just started planting some seeds. I got all my seeds picked out, for planting. And I went to grab my dirt outside and part of my dirt was still frozen. So it's thawing out in the sun today. It is 6:20 p.m. Yeah, dinner time. Oh, let's see here. At Tova, the North Switch is from England too. She gave me the idea to put the little pond right here. I think that'll be cool. I'm holding it's hard to talk sometimes while I'm painting, but I'm going to keep it up here. But like I said, you guys can ask any questions, where I'm from, what I'm up to. Ooh, the seeds that I'm planting right now. So I was looking for my herb seeds, which I have a ton of, and then I wound up picking bamboo, wisteria, tobacco seeds. I got some tobacco seeds from my friend Aurora from Lavender Hazelwood. She sent me some from where she is in California, some wild tobacco seeds, which is so cool. And I'm going to grow those. And then I am going to gift a plant and some dried tobacco to my elder and let her know that it was all the way from California. So I'm excited to let her know that I grew it myself. I'm going to have to grow it indoors. Oh, Mo says there's a storm coming in. And nice. The wind is getting up, but it's nice and fresh. Yeah, we haven't had snow here for just about a month, and then it snowed yesterday, but it was like that big wet movie fluffy snow that they have in the movies when they want to make everything look so pretty. It looked gorgeous yesterday, but the roads were dangerous because it was so wet. And we have a lot of foreigners in our city, and they're a little scared to drive in the snow. Hey, 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 what's going on? Amethyst Heart is in the house. Now, Amethyst Heart is a new content creator in the witchy community. She has had a channel for quite a while now, Fur and Feathers, which you may know her by, and now she's created a witchy channel, so check her out. She is very new and very upcoming, and you can be one of the first 100 subscribers and be part of her community. Okay, so I'm going to leave just the brown wood on the door. Now I got a little bit on the stones, but that's okay because I'm going to paint the stones here a little last. What am I going to do next? Let's see here. I think what I'll do, I'll paint the door here next. I'm pulling, oh, is this it? Yeah. This is a turquoise green from my Grumbacher paints. It's my canvas paint. This is my expensive paint that I just squirted all over the plate as I was about to say it's expensive, but it's almost at its last leg, so I was like forcing it, and then it went. So I guess some mushrooms are going to be that color too today. Darn it, I'm going to have to find a place to put that paint to keep it and use it. I need some mushrooms I can paint probably. So same thing, we're going to bring in a layer and then we'll do some dry brushing. How did I get paint on me already? Dry brushing of some lighter turquoise. Actually, I might as well just get that ready. If you hear banging, that's my cat with going through the zoomies right now. This is really shaky. I need to pinch this. Let's see here. Gotta put on my glasses. Getting in there. You're very welcome, Amethyst Heart. Totally welcome. Oh, I still got some glue dots on here from when I was painting on. Now we're going to do some, I don't know if I did do some line work on the door here to give me some texture, but I'm seeing right now it's not going to come out as much with my canvas paint, my expensive acrylic paint. So I think we're going to paint on the grain is what we're going to have to do, which I can do with my lighter color of aqua. And I think that'll look pretty cool. This seems like an interesting way. I love this color. I had a boogie van and I was painting it. I did the whole inside of this color with vinyl. It was so rad. And the outside of the van was burgundy. And then I had burgundy and aquamarine I sold it to a couple hippie kids that were tree planters. I had fun with my van. I had it for 3 or 4 years, but it just for the recession, it's just too expensive to have two vehicles, especially one that costs a lot in gas. So I have two vehicles. Hello from France. Hello, hello, Lisa. That is a gorgeous blue. Thank you. I wish the camera would help it show up more. It's like this gorgeous turquoise. It can be a little turquoise fairy. Wonder what kind of fairy would live in this house. Never thought of that yet. Should discuss this now. What type of fairy would live in an aquamarine door? I got a lot of glue dots on here. It is definitely a chill day in here. We got hailing from the bedroom. Is that healing from the bedroom? If so, sending some Reiki hugs. Oh, how I wish I would have painted this first and then assembled it. Oh, that's how I would normally do it. But for the sake of today, I had to put it all together. Smurf Fairy. Well, this one's a different blue. This one's like a turquoise. A Smurf Fairy. What would their hat be like? Their wings would be gorgeous. I definitely got kind of a Smurfy look around here. Oh. Got branches coming off here. Oh, this is going to be tedious once I put in all the stonework. This should be fun. This little brush I'm using keeps shaking on me. I think I need to tighten it. There we go. It seems a little thick there. Well, you know what? I'm going to be drawing on the grain anyway. Thank you so much, Lisa. Now I got a little bit on. Got a little bit on here, so just touching up some brown. Who needs to know? Beep, beep. Alrighty, we'll see you back in a little bit. See you back in a little bit, Mole. Alrighty, what should we hit next? So I got the outer edges. I think I would really like, I'm going to put this off on the side for a little while. I'm going to bring down my plate. And I believe this is going to be brown as well, so I should hit that. Because I wanted to look that like a branch or a root, or I guess a root wouldn't be coming out this much, but a branch that was used for the little lantern. This one's loose too. I'm not liking my paintbrushes at the moment. They're wobbly. They're getting old. I think it's time to invest into some new paintbrushes. I've been desperately needing some. Michael's Craft Store, here I come. And I can't see the back side, so boop. There we go. Yeah, I gotta go back to this aqua. I just saw a little spot that needs a little extra love. Hit that. No, we gotta let that dry for a bit. So I'm gonna go into now doing into some stones. So we'll mix a darker gray first. And then we'll come back with a little bit of a dry brush and we'll hit in some lighter gray. Simple as that, done in a couple layers. Grab some coffee here. Just one moment. So today is a unique day. We have a Saturday here in Caraville. Painting today. And tomorrow, I gotta paint this upside down for a little bit. You guys can see it from this view. And then tomorrow with my Patreon members in my Coven Witch tier, we do a live craft show every second, not a show, but a live craft gathering every second Sunday. And that's that's a new thing of the Coven Witch, because I only had before one meeting once a month that included the membership. Now we're getting together bi-weekly, every 2 weeks now. So even that might be sometimes 3 times a month if you're lucky. But we have private sessions together. We do that first. We get to know each other, and then we figure out what crafts we're going to do. A lot of times the crafts that come out of the witches tier, it is something that is needed by the Patreon members at that time. So some of it is inspired by a want or a need. We had the healing spell cards that I'll be airing here later on today. That one was for a friend of mine. Her husband was not doing very well, possible cancers, and we needed that healing. Something to focus and concentrate the efforts. Her and I both are Reiki masters. So it's just another way to concentrate the energies and use that. And sometimes just take a little reminder with you in your back pocket. I like using the spell cards. I had a lady recently ask, what's the difference between a ephemera and a spell card? And she was quite distraught that people aren't explaining this and upset. And she just, I didn't find her challenging or rude or anything like that. She just seemed quite upset. And so I did a little video of it recently for how to charge and activate your spell jar, spell cards. Of course, you could use that for any object. It's kind of like comparing, like, what's the difference between a tarot card and a piece of paper with a print on it, a hard cardstock paper with some artwork on it. It's your intention. It's how you activate it. It's how you use it. How you use it with spirit, yourself, for others. So I hope the video helped her out, because I guess you kind of take for granted sometimes how basic something could be. And yet someone is just starting, and so I'm like, maybe they think if they just buy a wand and it's already good to go. Think about that. That's crazy. You have to charge and activate it, get to know it. Let's see if I can squeeze in here. Yeah, you got to get to know your tools. Introduce yourself. Sometimes you have to too. Just like your plants, talk to them. Talk to your altar tools. Talk to your paint brushes. Tell them what you wanted to do. Okay, I'm making a mess. I'm going to go to a finer brush now. Going to get into the little rocks. Again, I wish I would have assembled this in little... But when I paint it's okay if I get some grays on my mushrooms and my little fiddleheads here, because I am going to be painting those ones last, so I'll be able to cover up any of the grays. But as long as I get my rocks in there, I'm happy. Boop. There we go. And same thing for these guys. So what I'm doing, instead of going in with a little bit of paint, I'm putting a fair blob on there and I'm pushing the paint around. So dabbing it in and then pushing the paint. And that way you don't have to get in there over and over and over again and muck up more areas. Let's see here. How are we for rocks? Doop. Oh, a couple of little spots I missed because I was painting the other way around. Yeehaw! Alrighty. Now we'll have to let that dry before I can go in with the dry brushing. So what we'll do is another layer of a light brown. Now some of the edges don't have to be absolutely perfect. Again, we're going to be having some moss here. So it's not like I'm being lazy. It's just that you're not going to see it. So I'm not going to waste my time, especially on camera. But I do not want to see any of the white sticking out from the clay. I used polypore clay for this one. We did this episode for the claying just 2 weeks ago, and I'll have the video out soon. Probably, what are we at? Saturday. I'll get the video out by Monday of our last video so we can see how this is done. So I'm going to have it fast forwarded and edited little quicker. Same as this one. When I do this one too, I'll do it in double the speed. Maybe I'll do Nature Grimoire prompts as I'm painting. Do something. Oh man, this is gonna look cool. It looks dark right now, but we're gonna bring in some lighter grays. And we're also gonna bring in some, looks like as this is the background here, the bark is drying, it's going quite dark. So I will wait that out and then I will lighten up my brown with some cream and we'll go in again. Yeah, I think we'll lighten up the brown and then we'll see if we can get some lighter shades of bark on there. Well, this isn't quite dry yet here, so we're going to pop into some greens here for a little bit by the looks of it. Let's have a look at the background for this. You know what? This is almost dry. You can see where it's shiny. It's still a little wet, so we'll be able to go back into there in a little bit. So meantime, what I need to let this part dry for a while. I'm going to go into the polypore steps is what I'm going to hit now for a while. So we are going to make oh, I'm getting low. No, I need you. Oh, it just got a big gross thing. No, it's pretty low. Oh, man. Let that sit for a bit because I need more of you for my bark, my friend. For my tree. All right, we're going to bring in some purples. And I'd like to see some orangey red. I really prefer orange. I wonder if I can, because this red is, I don't know, it's what I want. What's this one called? Bright red. I don't know if I'm feeling it. I think I'm going to try to mix up my own. Let's see here. I'm running out of room on my palette. And this is Grumbacher. Kind of like a nice burgundy, a crimson, cadmium yellow. Let's see what we can get out of this. I'm not 100% feeling it. But I would really, really rather a really beautiful orange. Looks like I'm getting close to the same color, aren't I? Shit. No, it's a little richer. I'll add some more burgundy. I'm feeling that. Alrighty, I'm going to add another paintbrush to my arsenal. Uno momento. Okay, so we have our polypore mushrooms here. And we're going to bring in the purples on it. So I'm going to do, let's see if you can see from your view. Doing the cream first. And I'll do the orange, and then I'll do the edges in purple. I think the purple would look really awesome with the aquamarine. Oh, how I painted these beforehand. It would have been fabulous. Oh, my goddess. Yeah, these should have been all painted before. The moment I glued them on, I was like, no. It was too late because I tried taking one off and I broke it. That's okay. That's a-okay. I will work around it. Just a little more difficult and messy. but we'll make these look cool. Got a little bit much on there. Doesn't matter if I'm getting paint on the brown, because again, I'm going to be going in with a heavy duty amount of moss, my friends. I love moss. Moss and mushrooms. Comment down below if you like moss and mushrooms. All right, so this part can be just kind of laid on haphazard. This one still had some black to dry. No problem. Oh, and I missed some here too. I gotta get in for the beige, whatever you would call it. Now I'm gonna add orange, and then we'll do the purple last. So I think what I'll do all orange, and then I'll dry brush on the purple just on the tips. Oops, you can't see it. Because I really, really love the contrast of purple and aquamarine. And with the orange is pretty fabulous. Such a bright color. Like I said, my boogie van was burgundy and aquamarine. I was going to be painting it on the outside aqua, but never got around to that. I had it for a few years. I still had so much body work to do. It was ridiculous. Ooh, these are looking cool already. I kept the paint thick that I was working on with the dry brushing of the, what do you call it, the cream color here. And that way when I'm painting on the orange, it's going to mix into it. I'm pulling it up and I'm getting nice little lines. I'll show you here. Someday I'll have a second camera where you could see my face as I'm doing. I'm planning on getting that. And then you can have, or also have another angle of the craft too. And just pulling some of the other beige paint into the orange. And then when I do the purple over top, that'll look pretty sweet. The purple will all be at the ends. So far, so good. I love these polypores. Nice little steps for our Smurf fairy. Can you still see it? Good. That's looking pretty awesome. Polypores and mushrooms, I think. Well, polypores are mushrooms, but I think they are so amazing. The circuitry of network underneath the forest and what they do for the forest is so incredible. I absolutely love mushroom foraging. I've been excited the past few years. I have learned more and more and more My mom and her sisters and her sister-in-laws have taught us quite a bit. Generational. And then I got to teach my daughter just last summer. She went mushroom picking with us for the first time. So now she's third generation mushroom picker. So rad. Look at that. The lines come out there. It looks real. And that's by putting on a heap of other paint. It's been a quiet day in here today. I'm just yattering on. Last week was so busy. Definitely had a house full last week. Holy smoke-a-roonies, that was awesome. We had people from all over. I'm still trying to, I got to angle it just a bit. Sorry, you can't see. As you can see, I used the back of another book for my new book. Recycle, reuse. Heck yeah. This is from an old drawing book. I actually was like, I know I'm going to paint something on it. And I'm glad I saved it. Because I wanted my Grimoire book to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to be getting 11 by 16 papers and folding them in half and then making my own binding for this book. So I can just do the front covers first and I'll worry about the spine later. I'll figure that out as how wide it's going to be when I get there. So that'll be another, I think I'll put another story, but I'll put little mushrooms or polypores going up the back of the spine. I think that'll look cool. Most definitely. These are coming along nicely. This is starting to dry, so I can hit that soon. If I put too much paint, I don't know if I can hit the purple right away. We'll find out. Kind of like where it's going, so I'll see if I can do the purple right away, or must I wait? It definitely will have some highlights in there. So what kind of projects is everybody working on? We have 5 people in the house here. What is everybody working on for art projects or just simple crafting? Anybody working on some art witchery? Simply changing the intention while you're painting can turn it into an art project, an art magic project. Heck yeah. Oh, I got black on there. Let's see if I can get that off with more paint. Yeah. Just about done these, and then on to the next color. What are we at? Almost an hour here so far. I felt like just crafting today, so I thought if you guys want to join me, if not, that's cool. But I thought I'd hit this next layer of the Grimoire book with you guys. I waited 2 weeks. I wanted to paint it so bad, but I waited for this weekend. Oh, I got a lot of black on this one. I'll put some extra paint to cover that up. Oh, how do I get in here? There we go. Squish it in. This red is so orangey. This craft red, it's going nice. Oops, I'm throwing paint everywhere. About a month ago, I started an Ocean Zen beach garden. Ooh, I need to rub on shell transfers. I've just been lazy. Ooh, tell me about that. An Ocean Zen beach garden. Is it outside or inside? Oh, let's see here. Sorry, I gotta get in here a little bit better. You might not quite see. There we go. I think I should let this dry before I go in with purple, because I really love more the dry brush look. Ooh, getting some on there. But I think I'm going to add a little bit more of this cream right here, because I got a little bit, I want to see it a little bit more. And here. All right, just adding a little, pulling up a little bit more of the cream. I got a little bit much of the orange on it, but I'm liking that. Now for the door here. We're going to have to go in super fine. I need to do this backwards. We'll let the polypores dry for a little bit, and we're going to go in with something dropping here. We're going to go in with a super fine little brush. Can't even see it. Doop. So we're going in tiny, and we're going to bring in some, I want wood grain a little bit more on this, because I don't see, I did do texturing in the wood on the door, but it just seems like not enough. So we're going to bring out the grain. And make some fine little lines. Just create the little highlights on it. I think that's what it needs. Ooh, do you have an idea for a travel altar for ritualizing the wood? Oh, heck yeah. When I go camping, I bring my stuff with me all the time. I like to bring crystals. I can do a crystal grid. I can power up the center of the forest mandala. A lot of times if I make a little altar in the woods, I like to make a forest mandala. So I'll collect flowers, twigs, branches, berries, various items that that you can create into a pattern. And then I like putting my crystals that I bring with me. A lot of times I just bring clear quartz crystals or rose quartz, just something that that's going to power up the other items. Different things in the forest for altars. I would enjoy gathering items together first, and then you could leave the offerings behind. Sometimes forests don't like you taking the stuff with you. Other times you could ask and find out. Christian here. I've been drawing and painting in all the different plants and herbs. that I'll be guarding this year into my herbal grimoire. Oh, cool. Last year, what I did is I plant profiled every single herb that I foraged for in the wild. I should do a little video on plant profiling, because I have PDF downloads for people if they want to. They don't have to. And I have a little place that you can draw the root, the stem, the leaves, the flower, and everything in there. I have a little place for that. Then I have a list of all the correspondences. Let's see, this is coming along nicely. I love that you're drawing every plant that you're growing. Oh man, you're going to be able to put the sowing and germination and everything in there. You're welcome, Lisa. Lisa, one thing that'd be good to bring, especially if you're heading out traveling in the woods, would be a pendulum. You can douse with the trees, the plants. You can ask their permission. You can talk to them that way too. I don't know. I think I'm going to make these mushrooms purple. I was going to go red. I wonder. Or should I go burgundy? Ooh, I'll go burgundy. I think I got a little bit of red left. I can do that. Why was your... Oh, retracted. I thought it was rejected. I was like, why is it rejected? There. You're so very welcome, Lisa. I should do, when I do my camping, I could do a video on my camping altar. I bring anything from my douse. I always bring cards with me. Always, 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 always have my tarot cards with me. When I had my Absolute Tarot channel, even when I go camping, I didn't ever miss a load up. I even did tarot card reading out and outside. I filmed it in the morning before everyone was up, and I had a crow join me for one of my readings. It was so cool. He talked away the entire time. I think my door handles are going to be aqua. It's happening. I think they're supposed to be greenery, but it's going aqua. This nice little teal is beautiful. I think it'll stand out. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to color to the last. I used to be a master tattoo artist, and sometimes when we didn't know what part to color someone, we would leave it to the very, very, very last, and it always tells you what it wants to be. It's cool. With all the other colors laid down around it. Let's see here. Now I got to fix this. I added too much paint. I don't know what I was doing there. All right, go back to the fine line. Bring in some more wood grain. Ooh, foraging PDFs. I'm glad. Yeah, I'll have as soon as I do my first foraging video for the year, I'll do the foraging PDFs. And I have them like all different colors because I like corresponding everything. So you can print it out and just grayscale and save your ink. or you can, I have different colors and whatnot too. Then it has different uses, planetary, zodiac, correspondences. Some people use the masculine and feminine. Some people don't believe in using male and female plants anymore. That's their gig, but that's also included in that. Some people don't believe in using male and female because there's the two-spirited people as well as non-binary out there. So it's good to kind of have an inclusion of everybody. But I like still using the masculine and feminine in attributes. That's fine. All right, almost done this little door. Oh, I got to do these polypores too. I guess I'm going to make them the same color. This is still a little thick paint here, so I'll just work some lines there. And I got to get under here. Alrighty, we need to hit these little polypores too before I forget. For our paint colors disperse. So same technique, we'll start off. I'm going to use the same colors. And I'll start off with the beige, go into the orange, and then we'll hit that purple. Some of the brown is still drying, or gray. Okay. Oh, did I get them all? Yeah. Now I gotta go this way. I love this little house. This is gonna be so pretty on my grimoire book. I don't know how long it's gonna take to make. I think I'm gonna spend the better part of the year making my nature grimoire, because that's one thing I could grow. Pun intended. That's one book I can grow for a long time. I may need to do a few parts to the book. We'll see how. Ooh, getting in there. We'll see how it works out. Oh, my coffee. Oh, my coffee's all cold now. Oh, I missed one. Missed one little polypore right here. Do. Oh, my brush is wet. Did I forget the other side? Nope. Okay, back to our orange. So I just hit one side first, flip it around. And we'll use the same technique as pulling the beige into the orange. And got some black on there, but now it's covered up. So I might have to do more of the brown another day. This is still drying for me and I really want to dry brush it. So we'll see how it, after I finish painting everything else, how the background is, our time is. All right, we're gonna switch this around. This, yeah, I love the orange on the aqua, on the teal. This is so beautiful. Do, 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 do. So one thing I cannot wait is for camping season. I absolutely love foraging everywhere I go, whether it be stuff for crafts or for herbs or for spell work. We have desert where we are too. We have boreal forest, we have desert, we have tundra, we have mountains, lakes. My one state that I live in is the province of Alberta, and it has everything. Even our deserts have the desert sage, so I can get buffalo and Alberta sage there, as well as absinthe, and juniper grows there. I brought you guys to Drumheller last year. I got some really good video. Ooh. Okay, now I'm feeling. We're gonna try the purple now. But I want to kind of dry brush it on. So I'll stamp the color in, load up the brush. Let's see how I think I need more of the orange to dry. But I'm liking it, how it's turning out. Yeah, I need more orange to dry. It's kind of mixing a little bit too much. But I'm impatient and I won't wait. Yep. If I was doing this on my own, I would definitely let the orange dry a little bit more, but I'm liking the techniques that are coming out of it right now. I'm liking what's happening. We'll probably add a little bit more purple when it dries again. Yeah, that looks badass. Liking it. Actually, I'm kind of glad I didn't wait. I like how the orange and the purple are blending. Ooh, it looks cool. I also have a bunch of mushrooms that I've collected and dried too. I need to make a little box for that. All right, let's see, that's a lot of purple. Let's get a little bit more on the edges. Oh la la! Oh, they're pretty. Let's see if I can. I probably got to go back when it's a little drier. Okay, now let's get into our little fiddleheads. And we got, oh, I forgot to paint the stonework on. Let's see if there's any gray left before it dries. Yikes. The window sills, I forgot the stone window sills. Go in here before I paint. Yeah, I definitely am going to put in some liquid resin into the windows. That'll be cool. Give it a shine to it. I can just pour it in the holes, and I think I can make that work. And let's see here. It should be almost. I'm going to put some moss around the window, so again, I don't need to be absolutely perfect in my coverage, which I got to keep reminding myself. Okay, so my stones need a little bit more dry time, so fiddleheads it is. How green am I gonna go? Yeah, I'm thinking these can be purple. What do you guys think? Should I make my, I got 1, 2, I can make these ones red and then these ones purple, these mushroom heads. This little guy can do red. Yeah. Oh, and we have to worry about our pond too. We might do that today, we might do that another day. We'll see. Let's paint our stems. Oh, I should paint the green first because then this is on top and I'll probably get paint on it. Yep. Let's paint our fiddleheads first. I think I need to go in there with a smaller brush. Very runny paint. It's very going on quite thin. I need to cover up some of my marks that I got in gray. Drop in more pans. Let's squeeze in here for our fiddleheads. I'll paint those ones last. What is this one come? Yeah, it's also another fiddlehead too. Yeah, it's good that I painted this first. I got some on the stem. See if I can squeeze in here, pushing the paint. Yeah, I might have to do a couple layers in there just to hide some of the gray that I got on the fiddleheads. But I'm never worried about that. That's why you got to do it in stages and layers, and you can always touch that up. No worries. Oh. So quiet you guys are today. It's so strange. I think this has been my most quietest live I have ever done. Just so wild. But I guess I'm a little quieter today. But I'm kind of yakking away. You vote for purple. Excellent. I think I'll do purple then. Yeah, I'm going to do these little guys red because I have a whole bunch of more little red ones to do. And I want a different green. I don't know if this is the green I'm going for, but we'll find out. Those fiddleheads will look a little bit too cartoony. I will put, oh no, I gotta wait till they dry a bit more. What can I do? What can I do? I'm gonna come in with green anyway. There we go. Then I got green for my windows here. I think I'll add some darker greens just on the bits and pieces at the edge. Yeah. Okay, so mushrooms now. Let's go back to painting this stem. So I'm going to hit it with white first, and then I'll do some little highlights of cream. Even though it's white already, you paint it white too, because it could age in time. It can go a little yellow possibly. We don't want that. Let's see here. Our next stem. Where did you go into? And I think under the mushroom we'll do a little burgundy or a little bit of that beige as well. Oh, I'm painting when the other paint is wet. And that makes it difficult because it wants to pull it. Let's see here. I have to touch up a bit of green. I got a bit of white on there. Just pull that right off. I have gotten like paint everywhere. Ha. Okay, so a little bit of beige underneath. Yeah, normally I'd walk away from this for a bit, let it dry, do a bit more. Yeah, I definitely would like to see a little bit more purple on the edges of the polypores. I'm holding my breath in some areas. That's funny. Just push around the paint to get in there. And these little guys, get some, I want to see from every angle, even though like the book lays flat. I don't mind throwing down that little bit of extra detail. I know it's there. And let's pull a bit of the pull a bit of the beige into the white now. And I'll get a little bit more white. That was a bit much there. All right, let's hit those mushrooms. with a nice purple, I think would be gorgeous. Ooh, excited for the fiddlehead session here. Beautiful and delicious. Our fiddleheads are coming out right now. I'm going to be going with a friend of mine here shortly. I've been bugging him. He wants to start a new channel for his foraging, and I'm like, let's kick you off with pagan crafting and let's go on some adventures. But to get his budding gear is interesting, but I think it'll be fun to do that together. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for fiddleheads. And we got some chanterelle mushrooms coming up soon too. Those will be coming up next month for us in May. That's going to be wicked. And morels will be coming up right after that. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms and moss. Comment down below if you like mushrooms and moss. Woo-woo. Or you can just put like a mushroom emoji if you like mushrooms and moss in your crafting. Let's see here. Let's bring in, I kind of like that white rim. I'm balancing here. There we go. I think the stones are about ready to be painted. Oh, did I just get some on here? No, I'm good. Mushrooms! Mushrooms and moss. I love that in all my crafts. A river forest fairy. Ooh. A river forest fairy. That would be a good one for this one. That lives in a tree. Okay, so I'd like to see some more purple on here, but it looks like it's still drying. So if I gunk it up, I'm going to be making a mess like I just did. Let me put some of that on the edges there. Okay, so let's try another layer of purple here because it is not... No, I'm going to have to let it dry. Why? But I do want the tips a little bit lighter of this mushroom. So I will do that, put my first layer on there. Okay, so I think we're going to hop over to our vines and such. I'm going to have a darker green to start off with. And then I can dry brush on the lighter greens. I think I will do that. This is a Grumbacher acrylic, so it's a canvas paint. It's not a craft paint, so it's going on a little thicker. It's got some beautiful highlights on it. Oh, I got some color. It's okay if I get some color on the window. I'm going to use some UV resin for the window. That's what I'm going to rock. I don't know if I'll do that on camera because it takes 3 minutes to cook. Anyway, you guys are just watching a purple light. So I'll probably do that off camera. I'll bake the windows and I'll film it and then I'll add it into the whole video. Because I'm going to do, like I said earlier, a sped up version of this video so it won't be as time consuming for you to watch. It's always nice to have the little sped up Oh, broke one off. So thin. That's okay. It still looks cool. You guys voted on the viney on the windows too. That wow, black. Oh, a ghost pipe mushroom. That is cool. My friend of mine found the ink cap mushrooms in her yard last summer. It was so cool. She photographed them like 4 times a day and watched the changes and stuff. She sent me all the progression pictures. It was so cool. Again, I wish I would have painted this before mounting it, but this one was a little fragile. So maybe easier not having to hold it. Just rock it. What type of mushrooms do you forage for, Christian? Are you just more photographing, or you forage as well? You collect them for magic? And I think, yeah, definitely. This green is looking very dark on the brown, but don't worry. We are going to be highlighting it with some, like the fiddlehead green, doing some dry brushing over top of that. There, and I'll let that part dry, and I'll go on to this window now. Morels mostly. Ooh, ghost pipe now for tincture. Ooh, what do you use ghost pipe for? I'm not familiar with the medicinal uses for ghost pipe. Oh no. Oh no, I got a piece that's loose here. There we go. I think I might seal the crap out of this with Varathane afterwards, see if I can lock in some of these pieces a little bit better. We'll see if I'll spray it or paint it on. I think that I might have to seal this whole book when I'm done. Some of these little vine pieces are quite thin, unless I do the whole. I can brush on a coating of the UV resin to help hold that in too, actually. Ooh, too bad it's shiny. All right, spin this around. It's good for anxiety. So they say, I'm going to try it this year and see how she goes. Nice. How do you make your tincture? Do you do like the alcohol based and a little couple drops underneath your tongue? Is that how you make yours? I think I'm going to add just a. Oh, looks like I flicked some paint on here. I'll check that out later. All right, let's go back to our green here. No, I think I should wait till I have more drier conditions. All right, what can I paint next? I got to paint another layer of the purple. And I don't know, but I might be painted out today because some of this stuff I have to wait until I can do a dry brush on it. What are we at for time? An hour and a half only. Usually I like to go for a couple hours, but I'll still fart around here a little bit more. Well, we can also work on the pond while that is drying. How about that? So, looks good. We got to let this and this dry so I can dry brush my light green on here because I tried a little bit and it's not dry enough. I got to paint my red here, but I need a certain color of red and I need to buy that. So I'm not going to go ahead with that one. I think, oh, I do have the red here. Oh, I lied. We can do a little bit of red because I want that to match up my smaller mushrooms as well. So I didn't think I had that red here available. And then this one, I'm going to do white dots on these ones to match up all the little ones. And we'll do the pond here next. I got that ready to do anyway. Yeah, it's a nice contrast with a little bit of red with the purple. Good call on the purple. I use vodka, easiest way for me and lasts the long. Oh, I didn't know it lasts the longest too. I've made cannabis tinctures for my headaches and out of vodka as well. I have a canna butter machine that makes my tinctures or my butters. I do a lot of CBD when my shoulder was really bad a long time ago. Now I don't use it all, it sits there. But I love making tinctures and stuff. Got a little red on there, so just touching a little bit of green on there. Adding in yet another layer of purple. Oh, I didn't see this down here. Missed a lot. Okay, so what can we do here? We're going to work on the pond. So I'm just going to get this out of the way for a bit. And where's my pond? So this is a shape that I need to work with. This is what I'll do. Okay, that'll work. I also have, oh, I didn't paint my rocks. I knew I'd forget them. And my extra fiddleheads. I gotta paint my rocks quick because I have to put them in to the pond. Darn it. How am I gonna do this? That rock can go that way. I just made these little guys, of course, out of the polymer clay. But I want to just add some rocks here. Awesome, I'm going to be putting them in wet. Hopefully they'll stick. Well, I can add more detail to the rock after it's dried. I can add. Okay, push these little guys over. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but on here is what I've trimmed out, which is going to go into my pond. So I'm going to hot glue it. I'm just going to work on making a circle. I'm going to fill that up and let that dry. Then we're going to add more glue around. Let's see, let's get them here. Get our pond rocks. Then once the glue dries, we'll do another layer to create some texture or it cools down. Yeah, we'll create some rings going around the rocks. That'll look cool. And then this stuff doesn't stick to the wax paper, as you can see here. It doesn't want to pull off because I use parchment paper. I lied, it's not pulling off. Ah, it always pulls off. That's okay. We're going to cut that out anyway and put that on. Easier for me to color actually. But yeah, so we'll be able to pull the glue right off, and then we use acrylic pens. This should be cooling down. Well, meantime, I'm waiting for that to cool down. I'll paint my little fiddleheads. Oh, I got to paint a lantern too. Yay! I don't feel I baked them the right temperature. They feel fragile, not as hard. I'm using a new brand of polymer clay, and I just ordered some Sculpey clay. Never used Sculpey before because it costs more, but it's supposed to be better. You get less of it than my other brands. I get a half a pound or a pound with my other stuff. But Sculpey, I just ordered some in the mail and got it, and it's like, holy, it's so easy to use. It's so soft and easy on the hands because I'm getting arthritis in my hands. Alrighty. All right, we'll let those dry for a little bit. How's our pond? It's looking good. I can add another layer here. So now with the hot glue, I'm adding more lines for the ripples in the water. And I'm using a larger glue gun so I can get a longer pull. Just let that cool down again. And then, like I said, we'll paint this. This will look pretty rad. Oops, I just blobbed a bunch of glue. That's okay. We'll bring up one more layer after this cools. And then we'll have, because I got blobbed a little bit much, so it went a little bit. You have all the nice layers in here. Draw another line in there. Oh, this is still too hot, so it's just going to keep melting in together. And we are going to color it. It's going to be the best. I have the blues in that, but need this to cool down faster. Thank you for your patience. There we go. That stuff looks good. This stuff here. I'm trying to draw more rings. There we go. I'm going to widen this up a little bit. Because we can always cut it smaller. Damn, I didn't get the rings in here. Gotta let that cool a bit more. That's quite fine. I would really like to show you how we're going to be coloring this. Well, you know what? While I'm waiting, I'll color my rocks. Ha! I can do another layer on the rocks, I see. So I'll bring in some lighter gray. There we go. Just add some texture while that's cooling. Looks kind of hard to see. Thank you. I got lots of colors going on here. Okay, I just need this to cool, then I can cut this out. Oh, cat's got the zoomies. Yeah, baby. What you got? Oh, goodness. Yeah. What you doing? She usually yodels at 3 in the morning, which is a good time. She hasn't been yodeling as much, which is nice. Sweet kitty chanting. Yeah. Oh, she's getting silly. Okay. All right, that feels better. Let's try to do one more layer. I'm going to try. She wants my daughter to wake up. My daughter's still sleeping. I think she misses her mommies. She wants her to wake up. She's singing. There, that looks cool. That'll pass off as a nice little pond. Oops, I got a little wavy there. There we go. Alrighty. So that's still hot as heck. But this is what our pond is going to be like, and then I'll color it with variants of blues. So, let that cool down. Oh, and she's off again, the kitty. Okay, so what colors I'm going to need is some alcohol paint pens, and we'll have to determine what color. It might be a little light. Persian blue. That one is going to be one of them. That one can be one of them. Some turquoise. Possibly. Might be. I'll use those colors. Alrighty. Oh, almost ready. Almost wrecked it. Got my rocks. I wonder if I can pull it off yet. Gotta peel it back a little bit so I don't have the paper. This is how I make all my mushroom heads too. Let's see here. Go this way now. I still got a hot glue right there, steaming. Okay, so this part, we'll move our fiddleheads here. Well, I don't know where I'm going to be putting them yet. I got to paint that lantern. So this will go into here. Cut it while it's hot. It's still a little warm, this glue, so it's quite easy to cut. That's going to look cool. That's awesome. So that'll be hot glued down. Now I need some different brown on here. I'm really not digging. This is way too dark. So we'll come back to this. This still, as you can see, needs to cool down here. It's not as quite ready to go. So I want to just leave that flat for now. Let that cool down. And we need to go into our stone here. And how are these doing? Nope, that type of paint takes a long time to dry. Put these guys here. And let's dry brush our stones now. So we're going to need a lighter gray. And that was our darker gray before. So this is a good. Be right back. I needed something a little bit different, I feel, for this stones. A couple more brushes here. Let's try this one first. I'll put my lantern there. I think I'll do one more layer of a lighter color after, but we'll see. We'll stamp it on. There we go. That is looking sharp. Loving it. Oh, it's turning out really good. Definitely bringing out some love. I can't wait till I get all the moss. This book looks so blank right now. It's been fun coloring it, but I feel I need moss. I get to have a wonderful field trip to Michael's craft store for you to go get moss. Woohoo! Definitely tell reindeer moss is not an easy one to come by. Yeah, I think so too. Christian says, I can't wait to see the moss too. The colors are going to pop. I think it's going to, some of the colors are kind of muted right now, but once they get into, I'm going to have moss all along here, all along the steps, all grown all along here. It's going to look wicked. Moss makes the world go around. It makes everything look good. It really does. And mushrooms. So this, I'm kind of more stamp brushing it in. I can't quite get some of the dry brushing here into the little nicks, so we're just stamping in some of the lighter gray. Like, oh, I got to do the door bolts too. Kind of probably a metal would be good. Let's mix these two colors together. There, give that a bit of a, needed a little something of texture. I think I like to do one more layer of gray, go a little bit, go lighter, so it seems so dark. One more little layer, look at that. I think it needs. Aurora, how you doing? Let's see here. Thank you. We're almost done here. I need to do something different. Yeah, there we go. Some of the rocks seemed a little too dark yet. I'll probably get some moss on the door too. Definitely. Hello, hello, Aurora. So good to see ya. Let's see here. So I think I'm liking the lighter stones a little bit better. And we can probably add more purple here now. And I can do my second layer of purple here. Looks like my green is still drying because it's that canvas paint, so it's taking a lot longer. Oh, I missed some parts in here. Oh, I got some red on there, purple. Okay, coming back to, let's go to this brush here. We're coming back to the purple. I do want to see just a little bit more purple on the end of the polypores. Yeah. I love, love, love the orange coming through the purple. Just a little bit more purple on the tips. Just a bit of stamp brushing. And looks like my pond is dried now and cooled down. We can probably do the painting on that. Oh, there's still orange drying. Unreal. All right, so this is almost done, this part. All right, another layer for my purple, I see. On the mushrooms. And that'll wrap that up. Oh yeah, I gotta put dots on them. They need dots. They need little, they need love. And white. Just to give it a little gradation there. All right, now gonna use our stylist and we're gonna get in some I'm painting on wet paint, so this is being a little pain in the ass, but it's all about timings. Something like this, you would wait till it's dry, of course, before throwing down your dots. There we go. Now, got our little red mushroom, so it's flipping over to the other side. Boop. And I still need to lighten up that bark. I think this bark is too dark, even with putting on the moss. I think it's too much. So I definitely want to lighten that up. We'll play around with the wood on the doors here first. I'll do some dry brushing on that and see how the technique looks first, because I want to kind of match up the same. There we go. Now, polypores, mushrooms. I didn't do my lantern yet. I can paint my lantern. I definitely need, let's see. That's too much. There we go. Woo, liking it. Ooh. I think this is going to work for our tree trunk too. That added some nice texture. And I need silver. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use a silver paint pen. Is there much left on this one? Nope, this one's getting dead. Let's grab another one. I could bring out silver paint, but you know what? This is easier. I'm painting over paint a little bit, so it doesn't want to love me. Okay, we got our little doors there, and now I would like to paint. We have got to get this lantern that goes here too. So, I think I'm just going to paint it all yellow for the lantern, and then I'll paint the black metal bits. Make it easier on myself. Grab some paint, some yellow. And what shall I use? Let's see. So we're just going to paint the lower half, because that's the part that has the light coming out of it. Let that dry, and then I'll paint the metal work just right over top of it. Make it easy. And that's just black. Or should I do, I'll do black with some brown dry brushings on it. Oh, I just lost half my hook. Damn it, I don't think I had the right temperature when I was painting my lantern. I might have to glue that lantern on now. Okay, we'll let that guy dry. We got our fiddleheads that I painted here too. I wanted to add more, so I think I'll wait till I add the moss. I think I'll do that. Else I'm just going to make a mess. Let us put this to the side for a moment. And let's try so we'll paint the one color first. And this again is oil paint pens. It's funny how that stuff dried different. So alcohol paint pens is one of the few things that will go really nice on glue here. So you might have to do a couple layers. But I use these for, well, you could use the acrylic paint as well on here, which I might have to switch to because I think this hot glue is a different brand. So I think I might just lay in the layers here quick and then bring in some other glues and paint it on. Darn it. Most of the time I use this technique is when I have lights coming from underneath it. But this one doesn't really want to have the coverage as well. So we'll bring in some acrylics instead, which is absolutely cool. So I need some blue acrylics. Blue and white. I'm running out of room, so I might as well add some of the aquas that are in my door too. Yeah, this is, what the heck, this will go on easier. I guess I always get in the mindset when I do any of my craft or my glue work, I'm doing iridescent, so I brought in the alcohol felt pens, base felt pens, but this coverage is going to be a lot nicer. Just wish I had some more deeper blue to put on this. But I'll work with what I have. The rocks turned out fabulous. They'll be going in there. And I think I'll bring in some aquamarine blues over top of this gorgeous color, this ocean blue. We'll bring in some gorgeous aquas. Oh, the glue technique turned out really well for the little pond. Just get our bits in here. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna have to touch up. Oh no, I got blue on here. That's okay, I can touch that up. kind of hard to see, but I am bringing in some other. Cameras don't pick up teals and aquas. Someday they will. Even regular color copies don't really pick up the teals. They scan it, so I can't always use it. It sucks. Alrighty, we'll bring in some lighter colors. And notice how I didn't change the color on the brush. I want some of the other colors to bleed through and create streaks of the color. It gives it a little bit more natural look to it. I did that when I tattooed too, when I was blending colors. I never really cleaned my palette on my brush, or my tattoo needle. Just let the colors flow together. And then it gives this streaky style of look. Go back with some of the darker blues. There we be. I gotta touch up my stones. I gotta paint on my rocks. Oops, got a bit of blue in there. Alrighty, let's go back to our book cover now. And this is gonna live in here. And that's where that one's gonna live. So for now, I think I need to call it a day, my friends, because everything is still wet and I can't get around to certain things. So I have to finish this yet. I'm going to be doing some lighter browns on this, some dry brushing, and then I can finish off my greens. Oh, my greens are getting there. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. We're finally dry. I got a bit of time if you do. Let's do our greens. I think this brush may be a little bit big. All right, let's do it. You know what? I'm going to go for it with this brown. If you guys want to hang out with me a little bit more. All right, first layer of greens is down. And then I'll do a little bit more again. Let's try out. You know what? I'm a little nervous doing the brown. Let's try it on the other one. Let's do this one here first. Let's push this out of the way. I'm going to want to get paint on this. So we'll do that. Now I'm mixing the cream with the brown. Whew, I'm nervous. All right, we're going to do a dry brush. There we go. That's a little bit much here. Shit. Now we're seeing more of all the texture of the paper come through now. I can always take a bit of brown over top of this again to mute it. See, like that. Okay, first layer done. I'm liking that. I'm not as scared to do the front cover now. All right, we're doing it. Dabbing off the excess paint so I don't get scared. Oh, this is the front cover. All right, we're going for it. We're doing it. I'm nervous, I'm not gonna lie. All right. Damn it. Any mistakes I make with the paint, I can hide with moss. Whew. Amethyst says, take my time. Okay. Yeah, I don't have to rush it. Some of the greens got on this and I like it. I tell you, I'm holding my breath. I gotta breathe. So funny doing crafts. You hold your breath. Hope you get it right. Sometimes you got stuff in your mind and you hope you can lay down your vision. Sometimes it takes some new directions. That's cool too. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm just feeling okay so far. A lot of this is going to be hidden, but I still have to paint it. There, that's how I like the dry brush. Ooh, now you can see the bark come out. That looks awesome. Oh, I just got blue on here. No. Son of a... For reals. I guess moss is going there. Good times. Yeah, that one's going to get moss to hide the blue because I'm not going to muck it up. I'll keep mucking it up if I keep trying to go in. Holy, has it ever changed? Oh, wow, I'm happy with it. The dark brown was too much for me. Should have been brown first then instead of black. That's okay. This turned out. So. Still a little miffed about that. See if I can. Okay. Brush in some more little highlights here and there. See what else I can get out. Quite happy with the bark. I'm glad I was going to do it with polymer clay, and I'm glad I didn't. One, the cost was kind of killing me, but then I really love the texture of this tissue paper, how it worked out. All right, my friends. Well, we have our painting and pond done for today. And then next week is going to be mushrooms and moss, or the week after. We'll do this once a week, once every 2 weeks. We'll hit another one here. Or next Saturday I can do this and finish up the Grimoire book for you guys. It definitely made the step pop out more. Yeah. And then once I get a clear coat of some high gloss on this, it's going to punch out them even more. So, oh, I just see a mistake here. I don't know if I touched that with my hand or what. Now, I think I need a little bit more lighter green on here too. I'll show you. Needs a little bit more. Oh, thank you, Amethyst Heart. Oh, yeah, see, I can't do this is still a little bit wet. Can't finish off the lantern today, but I may need to make another lantern because I broke it, unless I can. Let's see if I can glue it back together. I may have to glue it on to here. Glue it all on. We'll see. Well, my loves, that is it for today. We did 2.5 hours here today. Like I said, next session will be the mushrooms and the moss. That won't take too long, but we'll hang out together. And then I have to make a spine for this too, but the spine's not going to be done until I'm finished my Grimoire book, because I have no idea how thick it's going to need to be. But that is all for today, and I want to say I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, and we'll finish our journey. You know what I'll do next Saturday? We'll just have some fun. I'm still going to muck around a little bit here. I just found some more blue on one of my rocks. There we go. Well, my loves, I wish you an absolutely magical day, and thank you so very much for hanging out with me today, and take care, absolutely everyone. Bye, Amethyst. Bye, Lavender. Bye, Christian. Bye, Mole. Bye, Lisa. And everyone else who's watching, thanks for chilling out with me today, and have yourself an amazing weekend.